Consistency is vital to success, and for Ford, that constant factor has allowed them to remain a prominent figure in NASCAR. But the company hasn't backed a Sprint Cup champion since Kurt Busch's crown in 2004 for Roush Fenway. Its last manufacturer's title came in 2002. As we open the books on 2009, Ford will be looking to make its return to the top of NASCAR.
You know, one of the things we wanted to do this year, because I think, I was told it worked really, really well last year, was to bring all of our teams together. Because we really feel strongly we have a very unified program and a very consistent approach between our teams. The Roush Fenway team, there isn't a manufacturer in the industry that wouldn't give, their eye teeth to have a team of that caliber. The integrity of the team, Jack and the drivers and crew chiefs, the entire teams that we have out there. Yates Racing, another very historic name within Ford's history. And when you think about everything that's going on, how fantastic is it that their team, in 2000 and we're in 2008, and Wood Brothers, how many manufacturers can say they have a partnership for over 50 years with one of the greatest teams in racing? And I just can't be more proud of that. Ford being a family-owned company, when we set an alliance with somebody, it sticks. And it's just great to have the Wood Brothers. Last thing I want to talk a little bit about in the introduction is, the Roush Yates engine program. I want to talk about our new NASCAR engine. This engine was designed and developed in conjunction between Ford and Roush Yates engines. No stone was left unturned. And this engine is going to really be the benchmark for all others to look at going forward.
The cat in the hat, Jack Roush, has something under the hood of his machines that has united the Ford contingency in NASCAR.
The consolidations have been, I think, inevitable. On the face of it, most of the mergers that have taken place have been through weakness, as weak teams with not sufficient sponsorship have tried to go together to find strength.
The free exchange of engineering and equipment within the Ford fleet is vital to the existing alignment between Roush and Yates.
We're committed to help them, and really in consideration of the fact that we're partners in the engine business as well. And when Robert decided he wanted to retire, it was a natural thing for Doug to come to me and says, "Hey Jack, do you see any way that you can help me?" And I said, "Yeah, we'll build cars and we'll build engines, or we'll build cars and we'll provide engineering, and try to help you find sponsorship," which we've been working on. This engine that's in front of you is the first new Ford engine since the early 1970s. All the guys in Dearborn brought together their engineering, and then Doug and Robert and all the crew down here were able to adapt those engineering ideas to the problem that we've got of making these cars go fast and live on the racetracks. But I'm really excited about this engine. This represents a real milestone.
Milestone is a term Roush knows well. But as the economy hits a bump in the road, the success of the team keeps them moving forward.
We've been real fortunate at Roush Fenway that we haven't had that many cutbacks. We haven't had to lay a bunch of people off, which we're excited about. We're one of the only teams that probably put staff on.
It's been interesting. We've actually had a lot of people that used to work at Roush want to come back and work. A lot of them got back in there and came back to work, even a couple guys in our team. So, it's good to be part of a strong, stable organization for sure.
It's no good for us to be healthy if there's empty seats up there in the grandstands or other teams lose sponsors. That's not good for the sport. So I think we're doing our part to try to stay competitive, deliver a good product to the fans, and hopefully, NASCAR doesn't suffer too much.
The biggest question facing the sport is whether we're going to be able to come back and in this troubled economy attract the number of fans that are necessary to keep the racetracks viable. The racetracks need to be viable. They're the biggest arenas that we've got for sports attendance anywhere in the country, and their attendance is important to the sponsors, and it's important to the TV audience.